My name is Ryan Lester. I live down the street at Sherburne and Dundas for the last 8 to 10 years or so with my husband. And like you, I am looking for change in our representatives at City Hall. I've seen what a combative relationship can do between our current councillor and the mayor, and I think that's costing us opportunity. I'm currently the Senior Director at the Canadian Centre for Diversity and Inclusion. And prior to that, I worked at EGAL Canada, where I led the team to raise the first $10 million to build the city's first, and the country's only really, transitional housing facility to combine counseling and emergency and transitional housing that's dedicated to LGBT in the city, right around the corner actually, near Pembroke and Dundas. I've stabilized the finances at citywide nonprofits like the AIDS Committee of Toronto as their treasurer and at Pride Toronto. And I want to bring that same fiscal responsibility to the city budget. Thank you. I don't believe that it's an either-or proposition when it comes to involving police in solving the issues of safety in our community. And frankly, I think that it is essential that we have the police at the table and have conversations of collaborations in which we can figure out what is working and what is not working and work together to make our community safe. I don't discount for a second the role that poverty and unemployment and a lack of opportunity play in this, which is why I signed the TO Prosperity Pledge in August. It was unanimously passed by the last City Council, calling for 7,200 supportive housing units, over 1,000 shelter spaces, and new childcare spaces. Let's not kid ourselves. We are on track to have the highest murder rate in over a decade. And I think that addressing the solution from a two-pronged approach where we have investment in longer and medium-term goals is essential to having shorter-term goals that involve collaborative efforts with the police. Thank you. Mr. Cole, thank you for your question. I know racism is alive and well in this city. I've seen it on the campaign trail this time, and I've seen it on the campaign trail of years past. Much of it is embedded in the institutions and in each of us, and in some of you. I think that it's a big part of what has motivated my work at the Canadian Centre for Diversity and Inclusion and at EGAL Canada Human Rights Trust. But more importantly, I'm here to say, to answer the question more specifically, is that I have got it wrong before, on many times, and on many occasions. And I think it's important for people who want to represent other groups to have a cooler, calmer approach, to admit when you've stepped in it, made a mistake, and let's work together so that we don't make these mistakes even more. Thank you. Thank you. We need more recreation centers, not just in this neighborhood, but across the city. Too often they're not being included in development plans, and we're losing our green space. It's becoming a concrete jungle. Water is running off and turning into torrential floods as soon as the skies open up. I think this is a real opportunity to involve the other levels of government so that we can build the facilities we need and staff them appropriately. I also think that this is an opportunity for some new ideas. I'd like to see drivers coming into our city from outside Toronto pay road tolls, and I'd like to see that money go into community recreation. Thank you. My name is Ryan Lester, and I want to thank each and every one of you for sharing your thoughts and asking your questions. I know it's not easy. I often have come to these in the past and been a little nervous until I end up and ask questions in a group of people like this. So first of all, I want to thank you and say that I'm grateful for that. I think the question for you is a simple one. You've had 10 months or 8 years with the current councillor, and I think we haven't gotten our money's worth. I think that the things that we're all concerned about should have been addressed in a bigger way over the period of time that they've had to do it. And so I think that if you're looking for someone to represent you, if you're looking for someone that you can pick up the phone and call and who will actually call you back, if you're looking for someone who is willing to make a mistake and willing to admit it to you, if you're looking for someone to go on a journey with together and leave politics at the door. I think it's time for someone to be elected to represent Ward 13 Toronto Centre, who's willing to work with the mayor and the rest of council, regardless of what political party you belong to at the province or the federal level. If the councillor wants to be an MP or an MPP, then she should go do that. The people who are here, the people that you are electing, are the ones that should be focused on the issues that matter to you most. And I think that is building a safer Toronto Centre, one that's more affordable, and one that's easier for you to move around in. So it's clear, it's time for a change, and I encourage you to check out my platform, and if you agree with me, vote Ryan Lester on October 22nd.